Welcome to another Instagram Live where I get the tea from beyond the gates. Today, I'm going to be talking to the actress who plays Oh my gosh. I'm going to be talking to the actress who plays Shanice, Miss Ernestine Johnson Morrison. I'm going to invite her in right now, so give me a second. Thank you all for hopping on here. I'm going to wave at everyone. And then, there we are. Kidding. Hold on for a second. Oh, there it is down there. Does this weird thing, or I guess I could keep on talking. Hey, Cam. Wave at everyone. Thank you all for hopping on here. I'm so excited about this. I should have written down the questions, but I think I can remember them all that you have for Shanice, Miss Ernestine Johnson Morrison. Hello, Jay. I sent the invite, so we're just gonna wait a second. Everyone having a good day? Has everyone watched? Oh, wait a second. Let's see. That's that. No. Everyone having a good day? Has anyone watched today's episode of Beyond the Gates? She really is. I don't want to say a breakout star, but you know, oh, hmm, says she's unable to join. Oh, I think we're on.
Hello.
Hello, hello. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I am well. Let me fix my camera just a little bit. Perfect. Thank you so much for hopping on here with me. How's the day going?
I'm actually just getting off work, so it's perfect timing. I was like, please, I gotta
Oh my gosh,
go.
oh my gosh. So, thank you so much for being on here with me. You really have become a breakout star on this soap opera, and you're not even in the main slate. We have to fix that right now. Um,
I know.
so, tell me about this success the show has seen getting renewed and a little bit about your background because like I said, I think to you in a message, you're not new to this. You've been grinding for what, 10, 15 years, and
20
now
years.
20
20 years.
years.
I
Oh my
started when
gosh.
I was 10 years
Well,
old, so over 20
black, we don't cry.
years.
So here we are. So
Yeah.
talk to me about the success of the show and getting renewed and your character specifically getting so much attention online.
Yeah, well, first of all, let me say thank you for doing these recaps. I love your recaps. I think we all look forward to your recaps.
Thank you.
Thank you for staying consistent and being so invested. So that is like a true testament to the fandom of soaps and the writing and just you as a supporter. So thank you. I am super elated to be a part of this cast, to be a part of this historic show. The success has been amazing, and the reviews and the ratings have been great. So grateful that we just got renewed for season two. I think everybody was super excited when we got the news, and I'm just grateful to be here. I didn't know much about Shanice and the character, and if she was going to be in multiple episodes or anything. And just to be in one episode, I was super grateful for. So to keep going and um, be with the show since its inception has just been super. It's like I'm living in a dream. I'm living in a dream. So I'm
And
grateful.
I love that. And of course, you all are like 60, 70 episodes ahead of us right now, but you're still
Yes.
on the show and you're still filming. So, do we get to see you outside of the hospital? Does Shanice get to step out of the hospital and into the community, or are you in the
I think
hospital?
that you guys have to keep watching, and
Oh, okay.
you may see some things, but I don't know. You just got to keep watching the show every
Oh,
day.
okay. So, no spoilers for us. Um, what was your reaction to your character being liked so much? Because like you said, you didn't know much about the character and you look
No,
online and people love Shanice. Or is it Shanice?
it's
Because you said
it's Shanice.
okay.
So, I sometimes like when she's in her little attitude, I say Shanice. When when she loves to talk about herself in third person, so I'll be like Shanice, but it's Shanice.
Okay.
Yes, I mean the only description I got was obviously the character description when they sent the breakdown for the initial audition, and it was like she's a charge nurse, she's on her game, she's passionate about her job, so I knew that much, but I didn't know anything about the story. Like you should have seen it in the table read. I've never been to a table read like this. It felt like there was 150 people at the table read. It was this long table, and all the CBS execs were there, and NAACP execs were there, and I'm like, oh wow, like this is a big deal. I didn't know how big of a deal it was even until I got to the table read, and I was like, oh, this is a big deal. Like there's a ribbon cutting. Oh, I've never seen a ribbon cutting for a show, so it was. I was just surprised and shocked. And then when I got the first like kind of the tweets and the Facebook fan pages started coming through, I'm like, oh, they love Shanice. Like, this is crazy. So I'm like reading some of the stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, they love her. So again, it's all just a blessing.
And is this the first soap opera you've ever done?
This is the first soap opera I've ever done.
So
Yes, the first very first.
talk to us about like how different it is from the projects you do, because you do a lot, but like this is
No.
like your first soap opera. So what's the difference between soap opera and what you typically do, whether it's
Yeah,
movies, whether it's
yeah,
online things?
yeah. Well, first, let me just say it's so cool to be on a soap opera because obviously, like most of us, grew up either watching soaps or watching our parents or grandparents watch soaps. So I grew up with my mom watching General Hospital and One Life to Live, Days of Our Lives. So it's cool to actually be like, oh, I'm on one of those things now. What I think the difference is it's very formulaic. And I think it's, as an actor, it's the most like a 9 to 5 job you can have. Because it's like you're in at a certain time, you're out at a certain time. It's very formulaic. They've got their timing down. The team has done a phenomenal job. For a lot of our cast and crew, this is their first time doing the soap as well. So it just, I think we kind of got the formula down really well, and everyone's kind of gelling. And it's, I think the formulaic part of it all is the most different for me. And it's great. A lot of stuff is like, 1, 2 takes and you move on. Whereas like film, sometimes you're doing so many different takes, so many different camera angles. I think one of the biggest things that was different for me is film. Most film and television, in between scenes, they have to reset up the shot. So you have a good 20, 30 minutes in between them setting up for the next shot to go over your lines and make sure you're refreshed. But in a soap opera, it's like, nope, everything's already set up. The lights are already set up. The camera's already set up. So as soon as you're done with one scene, they're ready to go to the next. So there's no time to be like, wait, let me look at my lines again.
Right.
So that's very different for me.
You know, I've saw what you posted about like you and Marquita being
Yeah,
it's so funny to call you by your real name.
yeah,
You and Marquita being in a movie or a short
yes,
story a long time ago.
yes,
Talk to me about like the Atlanta creative scene, because it seems like there are lots of people who move to Atlanta to hopefully land on something like you're on,
yes.
or to do things like that. So there just seems like a lot of like movement in the Atlanta
Oh,
creative scene right now.
absolutely. I mean, Atlanta's the Hollywood of the South. Because of our tax incentives, a lot of projects shoot here. And I got an early wind of it in 2011. Roger Bob, shout out to Roger Bob, who at the time was the vice president of Tyler Perry Studios, I believe. He saw me in my acting class in Las Vegas. And he encouraged us to move to Atlanta. He was like, Atlanta's about to be the next hot spot. Georgia's where it's at. We've got these tax credits and these tax incentives, and we've got Tyler Perry Studios. So I came just off of that word. I came off of that word, started building and grinding and sowing seeds. And I think I landed on a Tuesday. The very next day, I was in acting class. And yeah, Marquita and I did that feature film. That's a feature film that's actually on Amazon Prime right now. It's called The Morning After. We did that probably 8, 9 years ago. Yeah, so we've kind of both been grinding on this circuit, the audition circuit, the independent film circuit, we've done shows and all type of stuff together. So yeah, we've been at it a long time.
And how did it feel whenever you two like walked in together, or like, because you actually haven't interacted on in any of the shows, have you? Well, okay,
I'm
you don't have to answer that. Don't. I'm not trying to make you lose your job. But from what we've seen, you all have not interacted yet.
no,
But
oh, no, with Haley, no, 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 no,
yeah,
no.
but whenever you all found out you were booked together on the show, like was that kind of just like, oh my gosh, we've done it, like it's paid, all the work's paid
You
off.
know what? I feel like I knew she was cast in this show because there was a Deadline article, and the Deadline article announced all the
Yeah,
leads. And I
yeah.
think I saw it before I was cast, I believe. And I was like super happy before I commented on her post because she posted it. I commented like, "Oh, that's so dope." And then I was like, "Oh wait, I'm in it too." So that was kind of cool. So it's really cool to see someone, and Sean Freeman, who plays Andre. we've done films together in the past as well. So kind of see us all grinding this last like decade in Atlanta, just moving the circuit out here, being such a historic project has been great.
And I guess run me through your resume real fast. I mean, I know you've done a lot, but like you have quite the following on like 288,000
Yeah.
followers. So like you didn't get
Yeah.
the show and get the following. Like you've had this following, you know.
Yeah. I've been at this a very long time. I started acting when I was 10 years old. My very first set ever was Seventh Heaven. Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Robert Townsend's Parenthood. I started out doing extra work as a child. I was a featured extra on all these WB hit shows. And then I went to college for theater. And then I came to Atlanta to continue to pursue my career as an adult actress. And I'm also a spoken word artist. So a lot of my following came from me being a spoken word artist. I've had over 100 million views online with my poetry. And yeah, just grinding. And I own an event. I own a production company called Greenlit ATL, which is like one of Atlanta's top media mixers. We meet the first Thursday of every month, where I encourage actors and filmmakers to create their own work, where our motto is create, don't wait. And it's really kind of create while you wait. It's like just don't wait on it. Like if there's something that you want to do, go do it. If you want that show, go create it. If you want to write that script, go write it. Put yourself in position in the midst of waiting, you know what I mean,
Hmm.
for the big thing, or go create the big thing. So that's what we believe in at Greenlit ATL. So a lot of the actors and filmmakers in Atlanta come through Greenlit ATL, which I founded in 2019. So yeah, I've been out here building blocks for a long
You
time.
know, I like the last part you said. I always tell people, like, if you want to, go viral or do whatever, like, you have a phone.
Yes,
Like, literally, you have a
you
phone.
literally
Like,
have a phone.
that's all you have to do. There are people who have
Yeah.
hundreds of millions of followers, and it's all because they hit record or they went live and
Yes.
they did it.
And we always tell people at Greenlit, most of our favorite movies from back in the day, whether it be Pretty Woman, whether it be, I don't know, Friday, your iPhone camera is better than the cameras that were used to
Yes.
shoot your favorite movie. So it's like if you have an iPhone or a smartphone, there is no way you shouldn't put yourself in position, whether it be creating skits or creating yourself a YouTube series or doing the podcast or writing the book, just do it. And the thing that you're looking for, it will come to you.
Mhm.
It will come, but you have to put yourself in position first and believe in yourself first before anyone else will believe in you.
You're making me want to come and move down to Atlanta. I have a really good friend who lives down there. She does marketing influencing for Delta, and it just looks like a good time all the time.
Yeah, yeah. It's I love Atlanta because I'm from LA, born and raised, but I love Atlanta because you can build your own table here. And
Mhm.
I think that's what the creatives here we've done. We've built our own tables. We've aligned with each other. We collaborate with each other. We build with each other. So when we book big things like Beyond the Gates and all these things, it's that much more special because it's like we grinded this thing up
Yeah.
together. Atlanta has a very like collaborative community of artists.
I feel like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think The Walking Dead was like the first like big show to like take advantage of like the Georgia tax credit. I feel like that was 2010.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
Walking
then
Dead
like,
was a big thing
yeah,
here.
and then since then like all these shows they film and they shoot in Georgia outside of Atlanta
Yep.
because again, like you said, the
Ozark,
tax
Ozark,
incentives.
Ozark was here. Walking Dead. Yeah, a lot of stuff is shot here.
I did have a lot of questions about a dozen, but they were all like, you can't answer these questions. Like they all want to know, is Shanice going to figure out what happened with Dana, Leslie, and Laura and all that? But for you, for your
Yes.
character, even though you know what's ahead 70 episodes from now, what do you hope Shanice's legacy? Because really is like this is a legacy. Like this character will become a legacy character. Like Bo and Hope or
Yeah.
Celeste or all these people. I was a Days of Our Lives fan.
Okay.
And I still am, but I don't watch it regularly. But what do you hope the legacy of Shanice is? And I know that's like a hard question to ask, but I trust
That
you can answer
is
it.
such a loaded question, I guess. Shanice, the character, I think what I've how I've built Shanice so far is she's bold, she's audacious, um, but she's honest. And I
Hmm.
think that if you're talking about a legacy, it's like, what would Shanice do? Shanice would be bold, she would be honest, she would be audacious. And I think all of us can take some of those three things and keep it for our daily lives. Be bold, be audacious, and be honest.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw something that you posted a few days ago, and it was talking about like friendships. And
Hmm.
I saw someone ask you about like spoken word. Like you don't have to do spoken word for us on here, please. You're in a
So
car.
I said the spoken
Um,
word.
who is your favorite actor, and who is that one actor you would love to work with? That's a question from
Oh, my
Miss
favorite
Babbers.
actor on the show.
Um, I think they. Well, you can say on the
Oh, you
show,
mean? Oh,
but
they mean my favorite actor in general.
yeah.
Oh, gosh. There's so many favorites. I can't say I have a favorite. Of course, of course, we all love Denzel. I love Leonardo DiCaprio. I love Johnny Depp. I think Johnny Depp is one of the most versatile actors. I love Jamie Foxx. But if I could model my career after someone specifically, you know who I love is Journey Smollett. And I love Journey Smollett because she consistently puts up good work in quality projects. It's like, you know what I mean? She may not be like the mega, but she consistently does good work. And I would love my career to be like that, to have longevity. She's been in it since she was a child,
Yeah.
to continue for decades and always do good work. I love Journey Smollett.
Wow. Yeah, she has been on our TVs for
For
decades at this point.
decades. Full
Yeah.
House, Eve's Bayou, like Rope, like yes, I just love her career.
Um, one question that just came in: who would you like to see guest star on the show?
Oh, that's a good one. Who would I like to see guest star? Debbie Morgan, probably. I love Debbie Morgan.
And what role? If you could wave a magic wand and tell the writers what to do.
I don't know. Maybe she comes in as I don't know, Miss Anita's sister or something. I
Yeah.
don't know. But I love Debbie Morgan. She does phenomenal work.
Is there anything else you'd like to talk about, like the work you do in Atlanta, like your production company that you have, or like the Greenlit? Like, I feel like you just do so much, and like you're so much more than beyond the gates, and I want people to know that.
Yeah, I feel like it's so funny when someone asks me like, how do you do all you do? Sometimes I'm not even registering that I do all that I do until someone says it. I'm like, oh, I do a lot, don't I? Um, right now my focus is Beyond the Gates. I'm loving the show. I'm loving going to work every day. I love who I work with, our cast, our crew. It's really just like, and I'm not just saying, it's really like a dream job. It's really like a dream job. I'm also a lead character in the Country Lane Skits, which is like an online soap opera. It's on Facebook, and it's crazy and wacky, and we've been doing it for 5 years now, so that's fun. That keeps me busy. Greenlit ATL, my production company that produces feature films, and has a media mixer. You can watch some of my films that I produced. My film Scheme Queens that we produced and funded ourselves is on Amazon Prime. Our sequel, Scheme Queens 2, should be coming out really soon. So stay tuned for that news. And I'm also just finished my spoken word album. So I'm really excited about that. I'll be releasing that soon, some of my tracks on my spoken word album.
Okay, so we're calling for Best Supporting Actress Emmy next
Yeah.
year, and a Grammy for your spoken word album.
Yes. And the Grammys has the best spoken word category now.
Yeah.
So we're absolutely going to submit for that. And yeah, I would love to be at the Emmys. For sure, needs to be at the Emmys.
Exactly. So you all hear that, folks. There is no reason why you should not be supporting Miss Ernestine Johnson Morrison. That is a black name. Who are you named after?
It's the blackest name you can find. You hear me? I am named after
Yes.
my great grandmother. And it's so funny because I'm probably the youngest Ernestine you'll ever encounter. But it's my great grandmother, Ernestine Johnson from Texas. That's what I'm named after.
Wow. Yeah, whenever I said it, I'm like, yeah, that's a black name, and that is a great grandmother or a
Every
grandmother. Yeah.
time I meet
Um,
someone, they're like, "Your name is Ernestine. I got a great aunt named Ernestine. I got a great grandma named Ernestine." I'm like, "I'm sure you do."
it's never a sister. It's never a
Never a
sister. But
sister
y'all,
cousin.
there is no reason for you not to be supporting Miss Ernestine Johnson Morrison, not just on Beyond the Gates, but for everything else she does. I do
Thank
just want
you.
to thank you for hopping on here right after work and talking with me. And yeah, I'll be watching. We're all going to be watching,
Yes,
and
I
we're,
love your
we're
recaps. You'll be like, first of all, here's what you need to know about Beyond the Gates. First of all, Shanice is back. That's it. That's all. I love that. I'm like,
that's
yes,
it.
Team
The end. Video
Shanice.
over. Yeah, no.
I love her though. I love Shanice. The writers have done a phenomenal job with her. I mean, it's easy. She's easy, and she says the things that the audience is thinking. She says the things that you want to say, but everyone's afraid to say, and she gonna get in the business.
Exactly. I saw a picture, and I think you reposted it, of Danny and Nicole and Ted in the lobby, and you're right there. Like every scene that you're in, even if you're not talking, you are in that scene. And
Oh, thank
is
you.
that intentional? Like, I mean, I know it is. I mean, I have to assume it is, but like, are you thinking Shanice would be listening to this
Yeah,
conversation?
you know what's so funny is one day, they pulled me down to set and they're like, "Hey, you're supposed to be on set right now," and I'm like, "No, I'm not in the scene," and they're like, "Well, they said you're in the scene," and I'm like, "I'm not in the scene, but okay, I'll come." So I came, and the director was like, "Oh, you're right, you're not in this scene." He was like, "But you know what? Just be at your nurse's station anyway. Just play the back and be at the nurse's station." I was like, "Okay, if I'm gonna be in the scene, I'm gonna be in the scene." So I was like, "What would Shanice do?" And I was just listening. I was poking my and I was acting like I was on the phone. And then I think they love that because I feel like now it's kind of like she has those moments a lot now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I don't have any other questions. Everyone else, they want to know if you're going to expose Dana or Leslie, but we can't talk about the
I
storyline
know. I
coming
know
up in the next
nothing.
few months. But yes, cannot thank you enough for doing
Yes,
this
thank
and for the
you. And
work
thank
that
you
you
for what
do.
you're doing.
Well, it's easy. I enjoy it, and it's an homage to my grandmother and all of our grandmothers and aunties and moms who for so long didn't get to see themselves on TV as
Yeah.
often as they do now.
Yeah.
So that's
And
why I do it, really.
I think that's one of the most special things about this show is like it's the representation. It's finally seeing yourself. It's like, of course, all of our moms, grandmas, aunties grew up watching the soaps, but they didn't see many, if any, characters that look like them or talk like them or walk like them. And I think Beyond the Gates encompasses all of that, and you see many different facets of women and black men represented on the show. So I love that. I love
Yeah.
that for us.
I love that for us.
Yes.
Okay, so next time I'm in Atlanta, I'm gonna go to one of these mixers. I might just move to Atlanta
Yes, come on
and
down.
create.
You need to come on down, create your podcast. Let's go ahead and get the podcast started.
Exactly, exactly.
Yes,
Thank you
and
so
come
much
and visit with.
again.
Okay,
And I
appreciate
will
you.
talk to you in a year whenever you're still on the show and we got you on the slate and you are right behind Vernon and Anita.
I hope so. I love being there, so I'm grateful for it all.
Thanks so much.
All right, thanks for talk to you soon. Bye,
See ya.
guys.
Bye.